Hello, hello, hello. It is good to be back in this space with you. How are you doing? Those of you that know me well know that I am a big fan, and I'm always talking about finding the lessons in my own mess and encouraging you to do the same and find the lessons and the silver lining behind the dark clouds in your own situation, in your own mess. And sometimes the load gets heavy, and so it might take a minute, it might take a little longer to see through the clouds, but eventually I do get there. And I know you can too. And I've been like that for, gosh, for as long as I can remember. I've had my share of physically abusive relationships. Now, in those relationships, while the very first punch always took me by surprise, be assured I was always ready for the next one. I was like, you know what? I know you're a dude. I know you're stronger than me. You got me beat in the strength department by far, but best believe that I'm gonna get some licks in. Okay? I'll be bleeding at the end of this. I know it, but so will you. That's the type of fighting spirit that I get knocked to the ground and I bounce right back up. And I've had an ex even ask me, like, yo, why won't you just stay down? Like, just stop getting back up. Even when laying down and giving up would have been the best option. And honestly, I probably should have stayed down. I always bounced right back up and I came back swinging. 9 times out of 10, it was my abuser. He was the one that would usually give up because I just refused to stay down. Yeah, I'm a tenacious one. Now, that is not at all, ever, the way I wanted to find that out about myself. I hope that you never have to learn lessons about yourself in this way. And it saddens me that some of you have. I am happy to report, though, that I have done a complete 180, and the man I have now loves me and treasures me, and that type of chaos has not been a part of my story for over 6 years now. So that is a thing of the past. However, the lesson about not giving up, I've kept that. That has stayed with me. The difference is that instead of fighting a physical person, I use that same tenacity to keep getting up when life knocks me down. I use that same tenacity when I'm praying for a solution. I use that tenacity to keep on praying, to keep on knocking on that door, to keep on asking without ceasing until my breakthrough comes. Oh, excuse me, is that same tenacity that keeps me whispering desperate, broken prayers, even when mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, I feel like I have no more. I feel like I'm completely spent. Now, we mark chapters in our lives by calendar dates, by major events in our lives, by jobs we've had, by relationships that have come and gone, right? And as we start a new chapter, may you start to count and mark those chapters maybe in a slightly different way too. May you start to mark your chapters by the number of times you were knocked down and you bounced back up. May you start to mark your chapters by the many quiet, desperate, broken prayers that you've prayed and the answers that you've got to those prayers. May you start to look at and take note of and be encouraged by the times that you refuse to give up, the times that you wouldn't be held down, and the number of times that the people, circumstances, and the enemy attacking you, the times that they have had to be the one to give up because you just wouldn't stop fighting. When you stop, pause, and rest, when you finally get to soak your feet or your body at the end of the day, or you lather up with olive oil and myrrh, it's my hope that you will look back and see just how strong you truly are. May you see all the answers to your persistent prayers and mark and start marking your time and your chapters by those. May you start to see all the times that God picked you up and gave you the strength to keep on fighting, to keep on going, to fight that next round until you saw your breakthrough. Girlie, you got this. God got you. I'm in your corner, and as you've just learned, I know a thing or two about fighting. But until next time, from this mama's heart to yours.